We're going live. We're going live from Esco.
That's a treat.
Welcome to our channel. You might want to go ahead and subscribe because I think you really like what we're gonna have to offer. It's just gonna be straight live, uncut, raw, just real, you know. So go ahead and subscribe. You'll definitely enjoy. Right now, I'm just preparing our dinner. You know, I like to cook. I'll show you in a minute.
And I like to eat, as you can see.
Definitely like to do that. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe, and I think we're gonna start our first vlog tonight on how we met. Right now, she got a moment, and I got a moment. I'm stationary, so tune in. Discussing or talking about how we met. Tris, I think you should go first. How did we meet? I want to hear your story on how we met.
Well, working together. Well, we worked together for a very long time, and we didn't know each other or knew anything about each other or anything. Been at the same store for years. Well,
we worked together with maybe about 2 years before we even said one thing to each other.
Yeah. I think actually longer than that though, because I've been at that store for forever. So it's according to when you got to that store, but
I can't even remember when I got to that store.
It was years.
So we're just gonna say probably about maybe I'm gonna say 3 or 4 to be safe.
Yeah.
We worked maybe 3, 4 years, but she worked day shift and I worked night shift. So, but we would see each other in passing. At the time, I was married, so it wasn't nothing going on.
No.
You know, nothing going on.
No.
Even though a few people think there was maybe perhaps.
Yeah, people think there was, but there wasn't. I couldn't even pronounce her name. I didn't even know too much about her. All I know is that she would come through my line and get a Snapple.
So I needed some type of energy because, man, I was working 2 jobs and I'll get off one job and come right to the other job. I used to be exhausted, so any little sugar that I could get, because I'm really not big on candy or nothing like that. I don't eat sweets, but I love Snapple, so Snapple used to seem to give me a little energy before I started my shift. But you was getting off though.
Yeah, I was always getting ready to get off. So
yeah, she got off at
10.
Yeah, but we really didn't start speaking to each other maybe until maybe a year before my partner passed.
Yeah.
And it was one of those moments where you feel like the world is on your shoulder and you're the only person that got something going on. But it was one of those moments for me where, God showed me even though you think your situation is worse, it's somebody's situation that's a little bit, worse than yours. So that was one of those type moments for me. And Patrice had some things going on, and I just felt compelled to help. Just completely just help. That's what type of person I am. I love helping people. Love trying to change. Make the situation better for them. But and it kind of took me off things that I had going on, helping her out. So that's kind of how we met, but it really didn't get serious until, of course, after my wife had passed.
Yeah.
But I didn't even realize, she was that one for me, after, that moment. I really wasn't, how can you, me and my wife, we were together for what, almost 11 years?
Yeah.
And how could I give myself to somebody else? I thought that was it for me. I didn't think that I would find love again. So I really wasn't even looking for it. That's the thing about it. I wasn't looking for it. Were you looking for anything?
I wasn't looking for nothing at that time. I was trying to find myself.
Well, you was in a relationship now. She was in a relationship.
Yeah.
She was in a relationship with a man.
Yeah.
What you say is that? Okay, well, yeah, so, I mean, yeah, she was, so they was in a relationship. Well, it's no criticism going on. I just said she was in a relationship with a man. Look at this big ass baby right here. Get out our video. Get out. See, this is what I'm saying. See, that's an uncut, raw, you know what I'm saying, part. Because that wasn't supposed to go on.
Teenage.
But anyway, I mean, so it wasn't until, so what happened next? It just happened. It was just something that neither one of us wasn't expected. You know what I'm saying? She was there for me when I needed somebody.
And she was there for me when I needed someone.
And so we actually started out in a great friendship. We were able to make a friendship. I say.
Yeah, definitely.
There were some issues though. There were some issues. We had some issues in the beginning with people, you know. Did anyone ever say anything to you about how close we were? I know I got smoked.
Not really.
And not even by my partner.
Yeah.
I got a lot of smoke. But I had so much going on, I wasn't even worried about what people had to say, you know what I'm saying? I knew I was going through something and I knew, you know, I needed somebody, so. Luckily it turned out to be the woman that I'm with today, and, you know, God works in mysterious ways. That's about the only thing that I can say about that. You have any regrets about anything?
No regrets.
No regrets at all.
No regrets.
So with that, y'all, when did you know there was an attraction for me?
I'm gonna say this.
Being real, we're being honest, we're being truthful.
I'm gonna say this. When you used to come to my line to get the snacks, it's like, she's interesting.
Wait a minute, interesting. Just get a damn Snapple.
I did, but I mean at that time I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know if you had a wife or whatever. But I ended up later, years later, learning that information. But
If you want to ask somebody?
I was nosy.
So who you went to ask?
We're talking about where we worked at here.
Everybody knows that wrong. We worked at Walmart.
Everybody does. So eventually something's gonna circle around. So. And with that being said, that right there, I was like, oh no, no way, ain't worth it, ain't messing with it. So.
Well, wait a minute. What did you ask the person? What did you ask the person? Why you was being nosy?
One, who is that? Two, how you say the name?
I ain't ready for y'all to know my name yet.
And, and then I didn't even have to say anything else because they answered as, yeah, she's married, and everything. So that right there, that cut short, quick, for me, really asking any more questions about me. So other than that, coming to night shift, I still remembered, and respect the fact that, you were married and everything. But I was like, oh, wow, I can finally see her now. Because I did used to do one thing, though. Because I guess I wanted you to, talk to me and at least, say something to me.
You ain't noticed that I used to be in my own little world. I was out of it half of the time. My body just knew what to do. But my mind was everywhere, man. I had so much going on.
Yeah.
Only I know what I had going on, and God knows I had so much going on. And I was just out of it most of the time. I was out of it completely.
And I didn't know that she was going through all that, like, at all, until learning some more information now.
Who had all the information on me? That's what I want to know.
Hearing around the store, you know, and seeing some flyers, and then one time you had even reached, you know, over to me and gave me a flyer whenever you were leaving. I think you were leaving out of the store.
Yeah.
And I was gonna come to the event, but I was like, no. And I did. I got my kids dressed and everything. I was like, yo, we about to go, you know, to this event. And then I was like, I really want to do this event. Like, Teresa, really, like, you know, yes.
Why didn't you come to the event? Why didn't
you know?
We needed the support. We needed the support.
And I didn't look at it like that. I was looking at myself. And why would I put myself in a predicament?
I mean, but it's normal to have an attraction with somebody, right? It's normal, right? Married or not. I mean, it's normal to have an attraction to somebody. That's the human in us. So
I just felt like that wasn't right. I felt like, you know, Trees, like, stay at home with your kids or find somewhere else to go. Don't go there. And I did. I found somewhere else, and me and the kids went out. Other than that, coming to night shift.
You know, I noticed her, but the only thing that I noticed about Patrice when she came to night shift, and that's what led, like, the first conversation, the only thing she used to do was clean up. And I'm like, this girl clean up. I said, I wonder what her house looked like. She's always cleaning. She cleaning these people's stores like it's her house. So the first thing that came to my mind, because I was just, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if she took it as an insult. Did you take it? But the first thing I asked her, because my wife was sick and I was working, like, you know, a lot of jobs. She was in kidney failure, so she did her dialysis at the house, and we had to have the house, like, completely sterile. It had to be sterile. It had to be clean, dust free. So with me working so much, I just didn't have the time. Like, the house wasn't messy. It was far from messy, but I just didn't have the time to really, like, focus on, like, cleaning it. And she couldn't do it. You know, she was too sick to do it. So the first thing I asked Patrice, because I seen her cleaning so much, I asked her, did she want to clean my house?
That was her first time ever actually talking to me. Mind you, like, I was like, where's she at? Like, I would go around the store, like, where is she at? Couldn't find her, didn't know where she was at. And the first thing that she actually said to me, other than coming through the line, you know how you talk to your customer, hey, how you doing, you know, ring it up, you know, and they're going about their business.
I'm sorry. I said, did I even say don't take offense to it?
Yeah, you did. You did say that. You did. You did say that.
I mean,
no, you asked me, and then you said, don't take offense, you know.
I mean, I just respect the fact that she was cleaning so hard. So I figured anybody that cleans so hard at a store that don't belong to us, I just couldn't help but imagine what her house looked like. So I'm like, shit, she must be really goddamn. She gotta have a clean house. Like, I mean, she's cleaning the hell out of this store. So I said, I'll ask her. Because we had been looking for somebody, but we couldn't find nobody, and I really just didn't trust nobody in my house like that. And she seemed to be like upbeat. She seemed innocent to me, you know, so.
I am innocent.
Now that I know her.
I have always been innocent.
But yeah, I asked this girl, I was going to pay her good money. I was going to pay her like $80 just for, I mean, it wasn't even much, like, because my house wasn't messy at all. I was just going to ask her, like, the dust, clean the bathroom. I was going to pay her $80. Maybe that was too much. I don't know. But she never got that with me. And I ended up finding somebody else. Because she never got that with me. She was like, I think about it. And I ain't understand why. I'm just like, okay, $80 just like one time.
And the whole thing that came across my head at that time was, did she really just like, did she really just ask me that? Out of everything you can ask someone. And then,
yeah, I'm telling you, I wasn't thinking about nothing but trying to do what I can to help my wife live.
And then on the way back home, like, because I used to live in town or whatever, but then I ended up moving way out. So, like, my drive back and forth to work would be about a good 45 minutes. And on the way home, it was just, and then it was so many thoughts coming across my head. I'm like, is that a good idea? Like, me really take that offer? I said, oh my God, no, that's a bad idea, because that's why I didn't want to come to the event that, that was going around the store to come to, for support and stuff. And I didn't want to put myself in that type of situation of being around someone that I was kind of crushing on, And it's like the more that I was trying to keep my distance from her, the more that within, that last couple of months, it was like I started drawing near to you and everything, and being able to talk to you about, some problems that I was going through and everything, and listening to me and giving me some insight on some things. And
things happen. You never know what to expect. Yeah. But I take everything as a sign. I really do. I may not see it right then and there, but I really took it as a sign for God to like preparing me or putting somebody, in my life at that time to prepare me for what was about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I really didn't. I really didn't deal with nobody. I mean, I wasn't from Wilmington, North Carolina. I was there because of Monique. And, that's why I was there. I wasn't there because of nobody else. I didn't even want to be there. I wanted to move, but, she got sick, so that's where I was. But other than that, I really didn't have a reason to be there. She was my reason for being there, so. But other than that, I kept everything that I was going through to myself, between God and I. And I just did what I had to do to make it through. That's what I did. Nobody ain't know that, I was really hurt. I was going through some things, so, but I couldn't show no weakness, I felt like. I just had to do what I had to do, So.
I'm sorry, y'all, but this is like every time thing that she does when she cooks. And it's wonderful, it's beautiful, like the way it's laid out, but it drives me crazy. I'm like, it's very pretty. I know I'm like, but it's very, and it is perfectly laid out, and I sit there and I'm like, just give it to me so that I can eat it. Just go ahead, put it all together, and don't just sit there and just help it. But every time she cooks. But I guess that's the love in her cooking.
I do everything from my heart. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm really, really passionate about loving. So. She loved up. She got a good. I don't know if she realized that, because sometimes I don't feel like that. But that's another topic, so we're going to get on. That's a whole nother topic. We're going to get that on. That's a whole nother topic. We got a lot of topics. So pretty much that's how we met. We just, it was unexpected. It was unexpected. I wasn't looking for it. And even though I kind of knew that was like, she liked me, my mom was just so all over the place. I didn't have time for it. And I wasn't looking for nobody. I didn't want nobody. I didn't want to love again just to have it taken away from me. I didn't want to go through that. But, sometimes you just don't have no control over your heart, because it does what it wants to do. And it has a mind of its own when it comes to loving somebody. So the more I tried to push her away and be mean, and it was like the more she loved me. So it was like, damn, she ain't gonna go away, is she? She gonna go away. It takes a lot to deal with me. You got to be a very strong person to deal with me, because I require a lot. And, one thing my partner did tell me before she passed, she told me to be mindful of who I gave my heart to, because everybody wasn't worthy of it. And I knew that, I know that, but sometimes you be so blinded by lust until you can't really see what you need to see. And I almost ended up in something that I didn't need to be in, but luckily I came to my senses, and I got it together. And I made it official with her. I guess I needed to see something before I just went there with her. Or maybe part of me just kind of wanted to play, because I had been in a relationship for so long, and that little freedom was tasting real good for a moment. But I knew the dangers of a little piece of that freedom, I knew how it could be for me because of who I used to be. And I just didn't want to be that person no more. So I'm getting older. I just didn't have time for games. And plus, you know, there's just too much out there right now.
Yes, it is.
You can't play. I used to play a lot, but it's just times have changed and you can't be putting your mouth on everybody.
No, definitely.
Wake up with no mouth.
Nope. No mouth at all. No.
Alright, y'all, let me get finished cooking here, and I'll show you the finished product of what I'm cooking. But I think we're pretty much done on how we met. Anything else you want to say?
Not really. Just between, you know, getting to know you, you know, as a person and everything, after your wife passed, and everything, and trying to deal with that respect that I had always, you know, strived with giving any and everybody, and understanding, you know, what you were going through, and just being there, you know, to talk to you. I enjoyed every moment of it.
Yeah, a lot of people, you know, and one thing I can say, you know, I really did love her because a lot of people can't deal with the relationship that I had with my wife. We were very close, and she's very patient. Like I did have somebody straight up tell me, you know, they wanted to probably try to be in a relationship with me, but they said that my wife had left some big shoes to fill, and they just didn't know if they were able to fill them. So she told me no, and I was like, oh man, now I'm scarred. Like, what am I gonna do now? I ain't gonna never find nobody. But she was up for the challenge. And she's doing pretty good. She's doing a pretty good job at it, I think. So far. So far. So far. So far. She's doing a pretty good job. She makes me smile, so anybody that can make me smile.
Oh, she's sweet.
Anyway. So what do you think our next topic should be? What y'all want to know? Maybe y'all can give us some questions after I post this. What you all want to know? What you want to know about me? What you want to know about Patrice? We're going to bring everybody else in the midst soon because there's a lot be going on in this house. And we need some advice. And maybe we can give y'all some advice too on what we do, how we do it. Especially living in the house with a bunch of teenagers, man. Y'all, you know what?
It's never a dull moment.
Never. So,
Never.
we're willing to share this experience with y'all. Like I said, go ahead and subscribe. You'll definitely enjoy what we have to offer.